Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Hill, and I want to talk about the concept of sculpting space and playing time. Sculpting space and playing time alters and creates our sense of reality. We are both the sculptor and the sculpture. And as we sculpt space, we are being sculpted by space. And time is inherent in spatial expression, so timing is inherent in spatial design. And how we move and the energy we give to it affects the form and the quality of the movement. Spaciousness, for example, is created by a longer sense of intervals, and that creates a sense of suspension or floating or transparency. And we move through boundaries by opening the apertures of our perception. And so we do the same with contemplative meditation or also contemplative movement practices. But speed is the sharpness of focus and precision, and it's concise and to the point. And moving in more condensed intervals of time creates a sense of momentum, dispersion, and stimulation. The energetic timing is inherent and influences the movement of form and also the form of movement. And as our perception moves along sculptural movements, we create a subjective sense of time. So now I'm going to show you some examples of how that can be achieved with the equipment and also just moving on the floor. As you think about sculpting space, you're no longer thinking about what your body is doing and the positions that your body is in, but you're thinking more about riding the momentum of that sculptural time. So, for example, if you were to sculpt a spiral, you're actually moving the energy through your body and out again. Again, if you were to take it, then it becomes more energetic as well than a static position. This is the reformer, and this is called the cardio tramp. And I'm going to give you an example of what it's like to work in longer intervals of time, creating a sense of suspension or flowing. Because I'm using the very lightest spring possible, there's going to be more time for me to jump. So it's kind of like walking on the moon. And it's really, actually really fun, but you have to really keep your center engaged so that you don't lose it. And then you can do all kinds of things while you're here. You can add a bunch of stuff, or you can go really slow, you know, so you've got kind of this sense of less gravity, and it's really pretty fun. But if you were to put on more spring, you have a more condensed sense of interval timing, and so the movement's going to be more condensed, and you're going to have more active. You have to use more force. For example. Now, the same thing can be used over here. Again, you can just, you know, go for a little ride. That's pretty hard when you do a bilateral move, by the way. Or you can add more, and it becomes a much more speed-oriented, compressed movement.